and welcome back to another episode of Missy Cooking on the Budget. And I'm Missy. I know I've only been putting shorts up lately because my back was out and I really couldn't stand to cook. So I either my husband cooked something or, you know, soup, sandwiches, cereal. That's what we did because his back was kind of hurting this week too. So we had a rough week with that. That's okay. Starting to feel better today. I started feeling better actually a little bit Friday evening and yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday, so I took the time because we had just been basically picking up. We hadn't really cleaned anything, and we have pets, so you know the floors need to be done, things like that. So then I didn't want to go on video, but I'm here today and I'm on video. So today, and I don't even know if I've probably done some sort of different chicken recipes, but today we're having drumsticks. So I'm just going to show you how I get these ready to go right in the oven. Pretty simple. Right now I'm just opening up this package, which is more trouble than actually doing this chicken. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is throw down some olive oil. And then, you can see me, right? Look right there. It's a glass thing. Glass baking dish. And I'm going to use my usual suspects. We've got some garlic powder. And I'm being liberal with it. Some onion powder. Same thing, I'm pretty liberal with it. Some black pepper. Pepper. So these are my usual suspects. My added new favorite spice is the everything bagel. I'm just loving it. I love it on chicken. And again, very liberal. Because I'm going to take my chicken and everybody's going to get a little roll in it. This is a lot of chicken, but I'm going to make another chicken dish this week so I can just take the skin off and, you know, take the meat off the bone. I need some more olive oil. Usually I break these packs up. That didn't happen this time. I don't think I was liberal enough with this. That's alright, I'll just pour it on separately now. Squeeze these guys in here. Okay. Let me wash my hands. Alright, so I've got the oven preheated to 400. That was that beef that just went off. Let me make sure I get everything out of there. I do. All right, some more black pepper. Garlic. Onion. Usual suspects. And then, I missed this guy up here with pepper. Some more everything bagel. So I've got about 3/4 cup of water that I'm going to put in. I'm going to wrap it with, put a piece of foil on top of it. Of course, I didn't take that out, you know. This is going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to take the aluminum foil off probably another 10 to 15 minutes. It all depends. All right. So this is going directly into the oven. I've already got my potatoes cut and peeled, chopped up. I'll put them on in about 30 minutes. Right now I'm going to clean up this mess right quick, and then I'm going to make some biscuits. I'll bring you back when I'm getting doing my biscuit dough. I'll be right back. Okay, I got everything out for the biscuits. Now, I'm using, this is a book from my cousin down in North Carolina, Donna. She gave me this one, and I'm going to use a recipe out of here, because I will be honest with you, I've only made biscuits a couple times. My dad, who has passed, always made the biscuits. And should I have wrote down his recipe? Absolutely. Did I? I did not. Because you sometimes just don't think about those things. So what I'm going to be doing is, I've got till Thanksgiving to kind of perfect it, in my mind anyways. So I'm going to be trying a few different biscuit recipes out of a few different cookbooks. I have more over there. So I find the one that we like the best. So this one doesn't have no buttermilk in it, and my dad never really used buttermilk, and his biscuits were awesome. But I feel like that might be the recipe I find, might be that has buttermilk in it. I'm not sure, because I know when I buy them in the can, we buy buttermilk biscuits. Either way, so this is a real simple recipe. First thing I'm going to do is just take some butter. I got my cast iron pan right here, so I'm just going to grease that real well. I'm going to put that right in the oven. Let this pan heat up. That'll be our first step. Okay, we're going to need 2 cups of flour. This is self-rising flour. You can use all-purpose and then add your baking powder to it. I'm not going to add the baking powder because I have self-rising flour. Come on, oops. There's our 1 cup, a little bit over. I'll put this one a little bit under. And like I said, this is going to be trial and error until I figure out which recipe that I want to use all the time. Alright, so we got 2 cups of flour. I need a butter knife for the shortening, sorry. if you got a no-fail biscuit recipe and you want to share it in the comments, I will definitely try it. I will try it and see how we like that one. Okay, so we're going to use shortening. I just got regular Crisco right here. So it says 1/3 cup of shortening. Throw that in. We're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This right here is the 1/2. Oh, that's a 1/4. 1/4. This is the 1/2. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And 3/4 cup of milk. So those are all really simple ingredients. That's all you need. This is the 3/4 cup. Now I think, not that we're making buttermilk biscuits today, but you guys have all seen my short on if you don't have buttermilk and you need it. You just take your regular milk and you put in like a capful of vinegar, lemon juice, and let it sit out for about 5 minutes, and it makes buttermilk. Because buttermilk is expensive, especially if you're making biscuits and you're not going to make them again for another month. That buttermilk's not going to last. Alright, so we're just going to bring this all together. Throw some flour down on our board here. And yes, you gotta sometimes just use your hands. It's the best tool that you can have. You know what? I've gone through this whole video and I never put on my microphone. So I am so sorry if you guys can't hear me. Ugh, I hate when I forget. That's okay. This little bit that's left, we'll get it worked in. And we're just going to knead this for a few minutes. Wanted to look over the recipe one more time, make sure I had everything the way it was supposed to be. I'm going to grab some more flour, put some on top, grab my rolling pin right quick. Throw some flour on that. And this one seems like, hopefully it comes out okay, but it seems like, hey, this is a pretty simple one. Very few ingredients. wash my hands again one more time. I'm gonna grab a cup. I'm gonna grab that pan that we put inside the oven. We're gonna put it right here for a minute. Cut us out some biscuits. A little sticky. That's all. One more in here. I don't know if I can squeeze another one in there. Let's see. I probably can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I don't want to overstuff it there. Okay. Find out what I just did with that cloth. Now they're gonna go in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes at 450. So actually I'm gonna put this up to 450. I'm gonna take a little bit of this butter right here and actually melt it in the microwave. So we can brush some on top of them. Things I should have done ahead of time, but you know, I did not. No big deal. So this recipe probably would make 10 to 12. But this is what fits in my pan. Like I said, right now we're experimenting. To find out which ones we're going to like the best. We've got a brush. Brush them with some butter. throw this in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'll bring you back. Like I said, I had already peeled and cut my potatoes. I'm gonna turn them on. Probably want it in a few minutes. I think we're just gonna have canned green beans today. That's fine. I'm having a chicken, but my husband is having the hamburger. He's having hamburger gravy over his mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna get that started. But first, I gotta clean up all this mess. So see you in a minute. Okay, so biscuits were a fail. They taste good, but they're just not the kind we want. They're good to have for a regular weeknight meal. We're going to eat them, but they're not the best. So there we go. I broke that one. So different recipe we're going to try for that. Chicken looks great. I'm going to take a piece. I already, I have to cut into it, make sure I cooked it properly. So I'm going to take one piece of chicken. Don't want to make nobody dizzy. I'm going to turn around and get my... Alright, so here's the potatoes. Mix them up with the mixer. Butter, milk, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. I'm going to grab some green beans. My husband's going to have scrambled hamburger and gravy over his mashed potatoes. But I'm going to grab some green beans here. And that's what's for dinner, everybody. It looks awesome. You guys all have a great night, and I'll see you on the next video. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. And until next time.